And we begin News Point this morning in Pakistan, where unrest has unfolded in several regions across the country after former Prime Minister Imran Khan was arrested in a corruption case yesterday. There were scenes of chaos that erupted in the country. Thousands of protesters came out on the streets demanding Imran Khan's freedom after his dramatic arrest. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf has instructed the party leader, the workers and supporters to gather at the Islamabad judicial complex later today. Taking to its official Twitter handle, Imran Khan's party stated, and I'm quoting here, important instructions from the party leadership, senior leadership of Tehreek-e-Insaf and workers and supporters of Islamabad will arrive at the judicial complex Islamabad today. The ongoing sit-ins and protests across the country will continue in their respective locations until the release of Imran Khan. Now, according to reports, one PTI worker was killed and 6 others were injured on Tuesday in a firing incident at a protest rally in Quetta. This after supporters of Imran Khan blocked the main Quetta airport road to protest against Imran Khan's arrest. Now, some of the protesters who were outraged by the military storming the residence of the Corps commander in Lahore and laying siege to a gate of the army's general headquarters in the garrison city of Rawalpindi. Police also fired tear gas and water cannon to disperse Imran Khan's supporters in Karachi and Lahore, while some demonstrators blocked roads in Islamabad, Peshawar and other cities.
पूरी पाकिस्तान में लोग सड़कों पे निकल आए हैं। हमारी रेड लाइन को इन्होंने क्रॉस किया है। हमारी रेड लाइन को इन्होंने क्रॉस किया है। हम जब तक यहाँ से नहीं उठेंगे, जब तक खान साहब को इन्होंने बाहिफाज़त ज़मान पाक ना पहुँचाए, हम नहीं जाएंगे। हम यहाँ पे जान भी देंगे, हम यहाँ मरेंगे, लेकिन जब तक नहीं जाएंगे, जब तक इन्होंने खान साहब को बाहिफाज़त ज़मान पाक ना पहुँचाए।
The authorities in 3 of Pakistan's 4 provinces have imposed an emergency order banning all gatherings. The administration in Islamabad has already imposed prohibitory orders. Apart from this, the Pakistani authorities have restricted access to Twitter, Facebook and other social media platforms amid mounting violence in the country. Now, Imran Khan's party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, have said that a 6-member body will gather and decide upon their next move in the country. Now, many of Imran Khan's aides have called the arrest illegal and urged the public to take to the streets against the court's latest decision. However, the Islamabad High Court has declared Khan's arrest legal and said that they will be consulting with the party leaders to decide future course of action. Khan has been arrested in the Qadir Trust case, which relates to a land worth $530 million allotted to Al Qadir Trust and is owned by the PTI chairman, Mr. Khan, and his wife. The corruption case is one of more than 100 registered cases against Imran Khan since he was ousted from power in a parliamentary vote in April 2022. An Islamabad court will also indict Imran Khan in the Tosha Khana case, in which Khan is accused of taking gifts in an illegal manner. For more on this, we are now being joined by Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, who is joining us live from Islamabad. Hi Anas, good to see you. Now, scenes of chaos have erupted in Pakistan. Demonstrations are taking place in various areas. According to reports, at least one PTI worker has been killed and 6 others injured. Help us understand that what is the on-ground situation at the moment?
Well, at this point of time, there were definitely protests late last night, up until late last night. But it's a new day in Pakistan, a new morning. And as of now, we haven't heard of renewed protests or new protests emerging in the city centers or in those bigger cities where we saw protests or violent protests breaking out yesterday following the arrest of Imran Khan. That being said, at least the PTI says that at least 6 of their workers have been killed. This is what they claim. But on the other hand, what we know from rescue sources that at least 2 people have indeed lost their lives in acts of violence that happened following these protests turning violent. That on the other hand, Imran Khan is all set to appear before the court, the special court, and the district court, in the special courtroom that has been set up inside the police lines of H11 that has been notified. There are two cases that he will be presented before. First is the indictment in the Tosha Khana case, and the second is the this very Al Qadir Trust case, where the National Accountability Bureau will be seeking a remand from the Accountability Bureau. Now, they can at top demand a remand for about 14 days, but it remains to be seen as to how much remand, if the court gives, and when the court gives.
Right, Anas. Also, the PTI has asked its workers and supporters to gather at the Islamabad Judicial Complex. They had asked them to gather at 8 a.m. local time. What's the update on that front?
It's a futile exercise. It's irrelevant for them to gather, and they're not gathering there. A short while back, the PTI leaders, Shah Mahmood Qureshi and Asad Umar, spoke to the local press from outside the police lines, because remember, initially the accountability court is actually at the G11 judicial complex, but it has been moved on one-time basis inside the police lines. So the PTI workers gathering outside the judicial complex is a futile exercise. It's irrelevant. It does not matter, because Imran Khan is not going to show up over there. He has already been moved to the police lines late last night, and therefore now a short while back I was reading a statement and a tweet from Shah Mahmood Qureshi, the vice president of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, and he said that they are trying their utmost efforts to meet Imran Khan, and also that they will be challenging the legality of this arrest that has been declared by the Islamabad High Court in front of the Supreme Court sometime later today. Also, what is to be noted is that mobile cellular data continues to be shut across the country, and with no restoration in sight.
Right, Anas. We'll of course have to wait and watch and see how things pan out in Pakistan. But thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights with us. Now let's give you a brief timeline of the events that led to Imran Khan's arrest. On April 10th, 2022, Khan was voted out of office in a no-confidence vote. Moving on May 25th, he led his long march into Islamabad, which was later called off to avoid any kind of confrontation. On July 18th, 2022, Pakistan's Tehreek-e-Insaf, they swept the Punjab province in a by-election. And on August 22nd, Khan was charged under an anti-terror law. Moving on, in October 21st, Pakistan's Election Commission disqualified Khan for running for public office. And on March 5th, 2023, the police attempted to arrest Khan by court order. And on May 9th, 2023, the paramilitary security officials arrested Khan in a case filed by the anti-corruption body. His party has called the arrest an abduction. Now, to give us an in-depth analysis of what is the current situation in Pakistan at the moment, we're also now being joined by Imran Shaheen, who is a journalist. And thank you so much for joining us on WION, Mr. Shaheen.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the Islamabad High Court has upheld Imran Khan's arrest as legal. But we want to understand as to what is your take on it. Do you think it is purely legal, or are there any political forces at play at the moment?
So the Islamabad High Court has deemed the arrest legal based on pure documentation that A, was there an arrest document, there was a warrant out for Imran Khan, as there were previously too. It was just a matter of being able to physically take him into custody, because the police that would go and even submit those arrest warrants would get attacked by PTI supporters. So the court, as far as the Islamabad High Court is concerned, was looking at whether or not the legality, the documentational legality. And the Islamabad High Court has been more or less neutral in favor of the government and in favor of Imran Khan. I think the real test is when this whole idea, whether it was legal or okay, in the eyes of the Supreme Court of Pakistan, the highest court in Pakistan, because the Supreme Court of Pakistan has been giving Imran Khan a lot of leeway, a lot of,
Right.
and the government is, and the parliament itself is at loggerheads with the Supreme Court. Even the judges within the Supreme Court are at loggerheads with the Chief Justice, who is seen or believed to be supporting Imran Khan left, right, and center. So the most interesting part when it comes to the legality of whether this arrest was legal or not would come from the Supreme Court. That would be more binding. For the time being, they kind of delayed it, the
Right.
verdict, whether it was legal or not. And later on, they came down in the same night and they said, yes, it was legal in terms of the documentation that was provided.
Right, Mr. Shine. Now, just a day before Imran Khan's arrest, the Pakistan Army had slammed Imran Khan for his baseless allegations against an ISI officer. So, in your viewpoint, the situation that's panning out in Pakistan at the moment, do you think it's more like Imran Khan versus the army in the country?
It's always going to be the opposition against the army, and the opposition is going to not demand the army to not interfere, but to interfere in their favor. That's exactly what Imran Khan is doing. Backtrack a few years, it was Nawaz Sharif who was in publicly naming General Faiz, General Qamar Bajwa, and telling them, why did you help Imran Khan come to power? This is history repeating itself. Right now, Imran Khan has lost the favor of the military. And Nawaz Sharif was the blue-eyed son of military back when he was, kind of planted into power. And at that time, the Pakistan People's Party chairperson Benazir Bhutto lost favor of the military establishment. So this is a cycle where Imran Khan, when he was in power, was punishing journalists, other politicians, and everybody for criticizing military's role in politics. Imran Khan would come out and say that the ISI has a right to even tap telephones of anybody they want to, especially even the prime minister. But as soon as now he's in opposition, he is criticizing even without evidence. And the PTI workers, Imran Khan supporters, are used to the military backing so that there are no cases against them. The kind of protests they do, the way they block roads and the way they put everything on fire, PTI is used to the courts having, taking it easy on Imran Khan supporters. That may be changing, but right now, the Supreme Court of Pakistan kind of is showing the same support that the previous military establishment that was supporting Imran Khan was giving the support to PTI.
Right, Mr. Shine. Like you said, that Imran Khan is not the only prime minister to be arrested. But meanwhile, Imran Khan also faces indictment in the Tosha Khana case today. He already has more than 100 cases against him. So is the legal web around him getting too tight? And what lies ahead for the PTI chief?
I think the way the PTI government, Imran Khan's government, the way they dealt with the business, there are always complaints of corruption by any predecessing country. I mean, Pakistan, no prime minister has completed their tenure. Either they've been murdered, they've been judicially murdered, they've been arrested, they've been illegally put out of their position. So Imran Khan's case is a little different because Imran Khan, the way he did it, the way alleged corruption was done, it was in a very blatant manner. It wasn't, it was like an inexperienced thief stealing from the exchequer. And those petty crimes, and now this one is worth millions of dollars worth of crime, these crimes were done in a way that Imran Khan was used to the kind of impunity that he had during his government. He did not learn from the past mistakes of the other rulers of Pakistan that as soon as you fall out of favor by the military, the judges, the courts, the National Accountability Bureau, all those tools that Imran Khan was using against his enemies get used against you. You change the head of that particular institution, and that institution is a new institution. Imran Khan, although he's the way the corruption's been done is very clear. It's very easy to prove. It's not as technical as other people. The chairman of People's Party, for example, spent 11 years behind bars for allegations of corruption that were never proven. So Imran Khan is now, and obviously because elections are coming, it is very likely that Imran Khan, the government would want Imran Khan to be engaged in one legal battle after the other. The Tosha Khana case is where he received gifts from other heads of states, and then, very blatantly, he sold them at much higher prices than he originally bought them at, flouting all the the rulings. And then obviously there were recordings that came out of his wife, his wife saying that, why are you taking photographs of those gifts coming in the house and things like that. So when it came to other politicians, it wasn't as clear cut as the way it is in case of Imran Khan. But then Imran Khan is not necessarily going to be punished for those crimes. This is where what we call in Pakistan the software update. It is very likely that Imran Khan comes out of incarceration or temporary incarceration, and he has a software update where he stops calling out the names of generals, where he stops coming up with theories. Remember, it wasn't just the military he was accusing. He was first he started the accusation all the way to the United States, and then he kept changing his accusations till now he's naming and shaming the generals, the sitting generals in Pakistan.
Right, Mr. Shine. We'll, of course, have to wait and see how things pan out in Pakistan later today. But thank you so much for joining us, WION, and sharing your insights with us on this. Thanks very much. Now, Imran Khan is not the first Prime Minister to be arrested in Pakistan. Pakistan's history is fraught with political turmoil, and many of the country's former Prime Ministers have found themselves behind bars at some point in their careers. Let's now give you a brief timeline of former Prime Ministers of Pakistan who at one point or another spent time in custody. Now, in 1962, Hussain Shahid Swarwardi was arrested after he refused to support General Ayub Khan's military coup. Moving on to in 1977, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was arrested on charges of conspiracy to murder a political opponent. And in 1986, Benazir Bhutto, who was the Prime Minister of Pakistan twice, was arrested for denouncing the government at a rally. This happened during the Independence Day, Pakistan's Independence Day. And in 2007, Nawaz Sharif was arrested and was sent to Saudi Arabia to complete the remaining years of exile. Sharif was sentenced to 10 years in prison for corruption by the National Accountability Bureau. And in 2019, Shahid Khaqan Abbasi was also arrested on similar corruption charges like Nawaz Sharif. Now, it was related to awarding a multi-billion rupee import contract for LNG in the year 2013. And the list just does not end here. The current Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif, he was also arrested in 2020 after the Lahore court rejected his bail in a money laundering case. And the latest that we've been talking about, which just took place yesterday, former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan was arrested on corruption charges related to Al Qadir University Trust.